Here's pre-calc, and it's 9.1.1. It's lecture part 2. We kind of started 9-5, and so I think we will read it. So I was trying to skip over reading it, but it says you've impressed Otto with your use of matrices, but he has more work to do. J.C. Nichols has placed an order. They would like 15 cars and 30 trucks by the end of the week. Otto would like you to help him represent this information with matrices. Recall that matrix B is a retailer by vehicle matrix. That's the one that we had for Bullseye. I think it had like 20 cars and 25 trucks. Add a row to matrix B to represent the quantities requested for J.C. Nichols, and be sure to label the rows and columns appropriately. So I don't know if you remember this. Just a few minutes ago, we did a problem with it didn't have the bottom part. It was just Bullseye, cars and trucks, 20 and 25. They're saying add a row, and remember, rows go horizontally. So I just wrote a row to matrix B for J.C. Nichols, and they want 15 cars and 30 trucks. So this is my retailer by vehicle matrix, because we say the row part first and we say the column part second. So retailer by vehicle matrix. And then let's see what else it says. Letter B says, with your team, discuss how you will extend the matrix. Extend the matrix multiplication you did in the last problem, or 9-2, to calculate the number of each part, wheels, seats, and gas tanks that Otto needs to build the toys for J.C. Nichols, and write a new well-labeled matrix C that shows the number of each part, the wheels, seats, gas tanks, for each retailer. Write a new matrix C with all the appropriate labels. And there's more. Write a new version of, that part up there, we're just going to go with our old version and just talk about it. Okay, so what they're asking us to do is just find out, like, we already did a problem where we just had a one row, 2 column matrix, and we multiplied it by matrix A. Well, now we're going to do a 2 by 2, a 2 row 2 column matrix multiplied by a 2 row 3 column matrix. And notice again that these two numbers match. If these two numbers don't match, you're not going to be able to multiply. And notice that my answer matrix, or my product matrix, has the dimensions of 2 by 3. This is a 2 by 3 matrix, meaning it has 2 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. And so I just put B for Bullseye, J for J.C. Nichols, and I wrote wheels, seats, and tanks, gas tanks. And so I'm going to try to do this multiplication. So I think I'm trying to just find the total wheels. I think we already know the wheels for Bullseye and the seats and the tanks, because we just calculated them a little while ago. But that piece of paper, who knows where that went. So we can do it again really fast. If I want this, which is the wheels for Bullseye, I'm going to say 20 times 4 plus 25 times 6. I know. 20 times 4 plus 25 times 6. So 20 times 4, I can do it on scratch paper. 20 times 4 is 80. Plus 25 times 6, that's 150. Let's put that on top. Remember, and I remember it was 230. Okay, and then if I want this one for the seats, I'm going to multiply these by the seats. So 20 times 2 is 40, plus 25 times 1. Well, let's see. Let's just use scratch paper. 40, and then 25 times 1 is 25. And I think that was 65, and that might look familiar. And then 20 times 1 is 20, 25 times 3 is 75. So 20, these are adding. That was 95. Okay. Now I want to get J.C. Nichols. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing, but I'm going to go, I'm not going to use any bullseye numbers for J.C. Nichols. That wouldn't make sense. I'm going to use only J.C. Nichols numbers for J.C. Nichols. So J.C. Nichols, for the wheels, the total number of wheels, they need 15 wheels, 15 cars times 4 wheels. Let's make it in a different color. Plus 30 trucks times 6 wheels. Well, 15 times 4, I guess it's 60. And then 180. Add them up. I think I got 240 if I didn't make a little calculation error. Okay, so for seats, I'm going to go 15 times 2, which is 30. We can do it in our head. 15 times 2 is 30. Plus 30 times 1 is another 30. So 30 plus 30, that's 60. And how many gas tanks? Well, it's going to be 15 times 1 is 15. 30 times 3 is 90. So 15 plus 90. I think that's 105. So now I have a nice little matrix, and it just kind of displays all of the, how many wheels, seats, and trucks I need for each of the retailers. And then it says, what does the entry in the second row, third column represent? Well, so second row, I know that rows go horizontally, and I know that columns go vertically. So I think they're talking about this. What does that represent? Well, that's J.C. Penney's gas tanks. That's how many gas tanks we need to build for J.C. Penney. Okay, and they also show you some notation that you should look at. So if I want some shorthand, I can say C2, 3. So C is the name of the matrix. And see how I labeled my matrix? And then remember it had C2, 3. Just remember row goes first and column goes second. Like race car, row, column. So row would be 2, column would be 3. So that's what that 2, 3 means whenever you see it like this. And I think that's all. That's matrix multiplication. So we're going to be practicing it, so don't worry if you don't totally get it.